And joining us now to continue the conversation is Dana Sheridan, counselor at the Village School. Dana, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, so what can you add about this new JAMA Pediatrics study about children, especially the littlest of the children, the toddlers and tablets? Because those were some key findings that we just heard.
Absolutely, and you have to remember this was pre-pandemic. So I think too, even the pandemic hitting after, the developmental delays effect is probably even wider.
Yeah.
So communication and problem solving were the two big developmental delays that they found, especially for those ones that were, over 4 hours a day of exposure. So just something to think about as you kind of move forward with what you do with your own child in everyday life.
And that's so hard, right? Because parents are so busy, and we were chatting about this earlier, is my 2-year-old had some speech delay, and we just thought it was because older sister would always talk for her. And now that I'm reading this study, I look back and I go, wow, she really had probably way too much screen time at her age, way too much.
Absolutely. So like I was saying, the communication and problem solving, you need the human interaction in order to do those things.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, being a mom and we're busy or parent and you're doing all your own things. And so the easiest thing to do is just to buy time is to give your child a device, which, and some are educational programs, some time is okay.
Right.
The World Health Organization came out and said that, children under the age of 5 should have 1 hour or less a day, which isn't a lot,
right,
when you think about it. And then children under age 1 should have 0.
And it goes by so fast.
Yeah,
it really does.
I know.
And especially in the summer can be hard because it's so hot outside for us here in the Houston area for kids to go out. But we're going to change that. We're going to stay on top of it.
Right.
But we'll continue this conversation. Dana, how has the role of technology and screen time, would you say, really shifted in our daily lives?
Well, I think it kind of went from like the occasional treat, right? Like something that we kind of just would go on. And now in the modern time, it is more a tool, especially with the pandemic. I mean, we were forced into full-blown of having use of it all the time. So from treat to tool, and now we just kind of don't know how to get that balance back to what we need to do.
Yeah, it's so hard because my tweenager, I'll say, has a phone, but there's no social media or anything on it. It's really just to call us when she goes to practice and we can contact her. But we can't get it out of her hand.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult because it's like, I probably should have waited. We should have waited until they were older to have them have that connection with the device.
Yeah, I mean, it's the catch-22. Again, it all goes back to balance. I get asked a lot, what age should my child get a cell phone? And you have to really think about, what is the purpose of the cell phone? What can a cell phone do that maybe their iPad that they currently have can't do? They can message kids, they can play certain games. It's all about putting up those parental controls because you don't want them to not be on technology altogether.
Right.
Because some parents are like, oh, I've had it, let's just take it all away. But then it's a social stigma, right? Like they get to school and they don't know what to talk about with their friends. So they need to be a little bit well-versed in some of those online games or they're going to have troubles relating to other kids. So it's all about balance.
Yeah, and we were talking, I was thinking that that's the challenge that all of this poses, just having that access.
Absolutely.
Because we come from a generation when there was no internet at one point, and it has evolved right before our eyes. It's so fast. How do you even keep up with the challenges that it poses?
Yeah, and it's an addiction, right? Like, I mean, it is. So I came about a month ago to do separation anxiety, and I was laughing when I got this topic. So I was like, actually, I think we have some separation anxiety from our device.
Yes.
So back to kind of what we do at the Village School with early childhood, we use a lot of programming and stuff for the kids that come in, and we're all about teaching them social skills and communication and problem solving, a lot of those things that maybe if they had too much screen time when they were at home, we're kind of trying to counteract that a little bit while they're at school.
So what are some tips too and ideas for parents that want to monitor their screen time at home?
Well,
we need help.
You want to know the number one? It is watch yourself. Like, be very mindful of what you're doing, right? You're the model. The children are your child's looking to you to what you're doing. So if you're always on your phone and you're telling them, oh, you can't be on the phone, you need to be doing your homework, but you're sitting there. Yeah, so set up workstations, like if they're supposed to be working and doing their homework, you're doing the same. There's tech-free zones in the home are very helpful, you know, like the family room, bedrooms, things like that, where they have no need to have the device. Maybe if they play the game in a centralized area, then you'll be able to monitor it a little bit better. Charging station that's central in the home. So again, there's no bedroom with the phone. Like at night at a certain time, you can set up everybody's phone and their iPad charges here, right? So there's a lot of different things. And then finding alternative activities, I think, is critical. Go back old school, like we were used to with the board games. I mean, yeah, I have two stepdaughters, and they still play. They play chess. They play board games, and they are like Connect Four, Jenga, Sorry. All of those are, again, you're getting a lot of that social interaction and the back and forth if you just kind of tell them to play that. You're not telling them not to play. You're just giving them some alternatives.
Something
and baking, any sort of thing that's off a device is really helpful.
And get outside when it's not so hot.
Get outside for sure.
Can. Okay, Dana, what about schools? What policies have you noticed in schools that are effective?
Well, there's a wide range. So I have daughters that one goes to HIC and one goes to Fort Bend ISD. And then at the Village, we've implemented no cell phone policy. So we went in full force, and it's been amazing. So the students have to turn in their devices between 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. And they have a designated locker, and they put it in there. And the idea is that they just socially interact with one another.
Talk to each other.
So during lunch, during, you know, hallway time, you're seeing a lot more of that face-to-face communication, which is so nice to see. We have different areas throughout, especially at the high school. We've got a quad, and it has like a putting green and ping pong and all these different, a soccer field, all these things that they can actually go and play versus sitting outside on their devices, not talking to one another.
I know, because as soon as you see and everybody's on their device, you know. It kind of makes you sad.
And in the classroom too. I mean, there is a spot for it. I'm not saying get rid of cell phones altogether or technology, because that's not how the world works. You know, with modern education, we need that. But there are also a lot more collaboration of what they can do together. They still might put together a presentation on the screen, but what they're doing before that, all the pre-gaming before, is really that social skills, social interaction, and collaborating. So that's important.
Huge. And also, would you say for parents, give yourself a little grace?
Yes, absolutely. No, don't go hard. Don't go and just be like, okay, we're getting rid of all the devices.
Let's put them in here.
No, so ease things in. Take one tip at a time and kind of start setting up some systems. Set up parental controls. Common Sense Media, I don't know if you've been to their site, they're phenomenal. And they have a whole digital citizenship thing. And by the way, it's Digital Citizenship Week in October. So this is perfect time to talk about it. But their website offers what parental controls they need to be looking at, especially like location services, GPS, which is terrifying in a way. And then we've had Crime Stoppers of Houston come out to the Village School in the past to talk to our parents just about like the effects of social media and how to set up those controls. So parents should take advantage of those two resources as well.
Yes, we've had Rania come from Crime Stoppers, and she says those resources are available. They're free for parents, and they're amazing because they really teach you how to talk to your kids too as well. Right? You kind of bridge that connection.
Absolutely. And we're we play parent too a little bit. We have a boarding school. We're the only boarding school in Houston, and so we have dorm kids. So we monitor them during the day with their cell phone usage, but then they go into our dorms, so they have to set up a lot of different social opportunities for them to engage as well that aren't device. So so it's not, you know, we're all still navigating the waters, I feel like, with this area, but if we could kind of be mindful, especially at an early age, of the effects of all that screen time, I think that will kind of shift us in what we're doing later on. Help us.
Knowledge is power.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dana, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Dana Sheridan, counselor at the Village School. All right, if you want to hear and read more on this story, you can head to clicktohouston.com.